Hello everybody. Today I would like to start off by saying thank you very much for helping me reach 6,000 subscribers. I appreciate every single one of you, and lately I've been trying to get to all the comments that I can, and if I don't get to yours, I'm really sorry, but I'm trying to go through them all and get to the ones that I can. But thank you so much to everyone that has subscribed and is subscribing in the future. This channel is growing and I appreciate it so much because it means a lot to me. I enjoy making these videos for you and I really hope and I know that you enjoy them as well. So again, thank you all so much for 6,000 subscribers. For the video today, for the 6,000 subscriber special, I guess you could call it, we're going to go to the ReStore, some Goodwills, and then finally we're going to end up with Sears. Now, as you may or may not know, Sears has recently filed for bankruptcy. Now, my local Sears, which is located in a mall, let's see, I think it's like Westfield South Center Mall. It's a pretty fancy mall, I would say, and I don't think that Sears is set to close anytime soon. The lists that I have seen online don't say anything about that particular Sears closing. And it doesn't seem to be ready to close either because I don't see any big clearance or, signs like that that would go with a liquidation. And they already were set up for Christmas, as you will see, at least their display of Christmas trees. The store wasn't decorated yet, but you get what I mean. Anyway, it was quite busy, too, at least for what Sears are nowadays. And the sign was up to date, which is quite interesting. Usually they keep the older signs, but it was their newer logo at least, so that will be at the end of the video. Again, thank you all so much, and enjoy the video. So here we are at the ReStore, and today they didn't have the radio playing, so you'll get to hear, well, me walking around with my friend and looking at all the stuff that they have. There are some sections, however, where the audio is cut, and that's because they were moving stuff around and it just got incredibly loud at times and then very quiet at other times. But anyway, I just cut out when they made really loud noises, so you don't have to hear that. Halogen. $75 watt. This one is 13 watt PL. Adaptive one. That's kind of cool. This thing's still here. There's just one light bulb. Oh, here's plastics for vandal-proof lights. That's nice. Somebody broke it. Oh, well, the whole thing's broken. $4. It's kind of heavy. Oh, it's preheat though. Interesting. That thing's different. This must be another movie light. Some blades, a fan that's missing its part that it needs. Weren't the light bulbs there last time?
I think so.
Oh yeah, still got those. And those. That's a big halogen. $38 watt. That's a 9 watt, that's not bad. Cool. Yeah, what's in it's not in it no more. Oh, the ab call. Old ab call. I mean, it looks old, but... Well, I guess it is, because, geez, that's old wiring. Well, these are short. That's burnt out to me.
Yeah, that's burnt.
That's actually really good. Here's a ceiling fan. Battery connector, yeah, see, I don't know. What is this? That's for opening a door. This is still here, I'm surprised it's not broken. Whatever that is. Quartz. See, remember last time I was trying to look inside this thing? I don't know where the other half of it went. They even give you a screwdriver. So this is our first Goodwill for the day, and as you can see they have a lot of glassware and shades and things like that. Here's a package of bulbs from Target, I believe there. And of course they had the radio playing very loudly today, so here I am talking over it. And the one thing that I find nice about these places is that no matter how soon again I go to them, whether it be, well, I wouldn't go the next day, but maybe a couple days later, there seems to always be something new. So at least they're getting a steady stream of interesting new items to put on their shelves, so it doesn't really get stale and boring. Looks like this fixture is some type of a, it would go in a motorhome, I believe, because it's 12 volt. But I've never seen one that you can install yourself. I'm not sure how you would wire that into the system in a motorhome. You know, there wouldn't be a box that you just add it to, so you'd probably have to add the wiring and everything like that. Here are some incandescent C9 Christmas lights. They're clear. Now, what was interesting about this particular package right here is that it's made by the same company that made my twinkling strand. I have a set of twinkling ones. I'm pretty sure I have a video of them. I don't know if I've uploaded it yet, but they all are C7 and they're colored and they all flash, and it's really cool because those are starting to get quite hard to find nowadays. Now, if you saw that socket I just had there, they used a keyless socket and then added the adapter so it had a pull chain. Well, you could have just bought a key socket, you know, that has a pull chain on it, but whatever. Here's a mirror, which apparently, it looks like it has those high intensity bulbs in it with the intermediate base, and there seem to have been 4 bulbs, 2 on each side of the mirror. So let's move on to the next Goodwill here. This one is on the, well, I don't remember where this one is. It's far away from the other one, I can tell you that. And there's always plenty of cords at Goodwill, and I always take time to look through them because you might find one that's unique and worth some money, and you can also find one that you might, you know, need as well. So that is definitely cool and interesting. Now here you can see a GE under cabinet light. I did open it up and take a look at it, and it is preheat. It's brand new. I think they wanted like $6.99 for it, but I didn't decide to get it that time. But it uses F15T8 bulbs inside of it, and yeah, it's preheat. It's a whole wraparound preheat fixture. It's pretty cool. If it's still there, eventually maybe I'll pick it up, but I didn't this time. And there's always plenty of electronics and things like that to take a look at Goodwill. It's always worth it to go through those bins because you never know what you may find. I found some pretty neat things for a decent price sometimes, and here are their light bulbs. There's not many, but it's decent. And here we are at Sears. We start off on the 3rd floor, as I just decided to start there, I guess. And you can see they have all of their Christmas presents and things like that set up for the holiday season. Back here seems to be more retail space that they just covered up to use as storage or whatever. But it might have also been used, I think, in one of the back corners of that storage area. I think they had a photo center. I think Sears might have had some type of a, you know, a photo portrait taking center or something like that. An interesting fact, though, is that this mall has I think it's in JCPenney's, and if you go in their basement, they have a photo center, and it's still active, and there's always people there taking pictures. It's really neat because it's still very old-fashioned, but there's still people using it, so it's really cool. I'll have to take a video of it or a picture of it sometime. But quite interesting. Anyway, back to Sears here. You can see there are some of the Christmas trees that they have set up for, well, Christmas already. And if you notice me, well, getting my hands over the lens there, I'm trying to cover up the camera and be discreet as possible so that the employees don't see me, you know, filming and then tell me not to or something like that. But some of them did spot what I was doing and they never said anything, so I just wanted to document the store because who knows what future it has. At least it's not on the list of ones to be, you know, liquidated, but it's still, eventually probably going to have something happen to it. Now, this is the only place that I saw a clearance sign, was in that little area there. And all of their shelves still had plenty of products on them. Usually when you go through a Sears, even if it's not in the liquidation state, there's not a lot of products around. Here, it's stocked with everything that you can think of that you would normally find at a Sears, so it seems like this one is pretty healthy. Over here we can see some of the exercise equipment, treadmills, things like that. And as we work our way back into the other side of the third floor, we can find more exercise equipment in addition to outdoor things as well. As you can see, they have kayaks, and I think they had a canoe somewhere. They have some type of shed there. And of course they have their outdoor lawn equipment as well. Weed whips and lawn mowers, all of that kind of stuff. The area that's, well, big and open on both sides of this walkway, last time we were there, they had all kinds of push lawn mowers and other lawn mowers there as well. I'm sure they're clearing that area out to get ready for more winter type devices, but I don't know what they'll exactly put there. I guess I'll have to come back and see for myself. Up here ahead of us we can see one of the employees helping out a couple looking at a grill or something. They were doing, well, looking at a grill. So I try to cover this up because I don't intend to get them on camera. And we'll work our way over here to the escalator, and we will go downstairs. I've never been to a Sears that's 3 floors before. I have been to the Sears in the Mall of America, and that one didn't seem to be faring so well. It looked like it was in a state of eventually, going to be closed or something like that, and their signs were old, and there was a lot of things on clearance. But like I've said already, this one seems to be very healthy. Now on the second floor here, we have all kinds of clothing. It looks to be a lot of women's clothing here, and the men's clothing is on the first floor, with some women's as well. But it seems like most of it here on the second floor is women's, and in the back corner that I didn't look at when we first came down the escalator is children's. So a wide variety here, and as you can see, everything is stocked. The only signs that I saw hanging were these spend 40, get 40 signs. Usually nowadays, of course, you see the closeout clearance and things like that. On this side of the store, there's an entrance or an exit, I guess, to the second floor of the mall itself. There isn't a third floor to the mall, just the Sears and some other anchors. Well, I think all the anchors have a third floor. Here we have some of the beds, and they have a decent amount to choose from as well. Quite surprising. Of course, plenty of furniture and bedding as well. Now, you may not see many people here, but with all the clothes around behind us at this point, there was some families looking at clothes and things like that. I definitely have other, sounds going on here, but they had music playing. It was, the American Top 40 type music. The popular music of today is what they had on the intercom system. In this back corner, we can find the optical place where you can get your eyes checked out and get some glasses. Another thing that seems to be closed in most of the Sears. Maybe the photo center was down here in the back there. I'm not too sure, but I think for some reason I have a feeling they used to have a portrait center or photo center or whatever it would have been called, I guess. So we will work our way over to the escalators again and go down to the first floor. You can also see there was a kiosk there, or just a computer set up that you can search things. Some of the other Sears that I've been in, they have those, but they're turned off. So it was interesting to see that one turned on. And there is the children's section. Now if we take a glance at the elevator in the back corner, which went by really fast, it's a Westinghouse. All of the stores still have their original elevators to the best of my knowledge, and they're all Westinghouses that have been modernized in some way, shape, or fashion by different companies. The only place that still has the original escalators, however, is Macy's. They still have the original Westinghouse escalators. All of the other stores have been replaced with different brands over time. And here we are now on the first floor. You can see in the back corner there, they have shoes, and in the main area here, you can find the jewelry and things like that. Again, everything was very clean, and there was plenty of staff. Not too many standing around, but it seemed to be just the right amount. They were all doing something, and it seemed like they had a nice balance here in this store. So you can see to my left there, they have women's clothing and some more up here as well. But straight ahead of me is the men's department. And it seems to be, you know, decent things. I took a look at some of it while walking by here, and it's not, you know, brands that you've never heard of before. So decent quality stuff still at Sears. It's just nice to see it still thriving, at least this particular store. And as you can see by the signs here, they did celebrate their 125th anniversary recently. And we'll walk out into the mall here, and we will turn around in a second and take a look at the main entrance to the mall. You can see their more modern sign there, and the main entrance. Pretty cool. I really do hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it for you, and one more time, thank you all so much for 6,000 subscribers. I know we're just going to keep growing in the future, and I thank you all so much for that. Also, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe, and thank you very much for watching.